I go B.I.A. Yeah, B.I.A. I go B.I.A. Yeah, B.I.A. I go B.I.A. Yeah, B.I.A. Tra 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 tra, I'm a never. Yeah. Tra 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 tra, I'm a never. Yeah. You are going to come in. Yeah. Tra 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 tra, I'm a never. Yeah. Tra 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 tra, I'm a never. Yeah.
Montokro is a village with a vast field of virgin land which had been reserved by the ancestry for centuries and forbidden for anyone to go into except the occasional search for herbs by the community herbalists. One day, just before sunset, when everybody had returned from work, Ananse, who happened to be the chief herbalist of Montokro, suddenly appeared from the forest with fear and insanely shouting on the top of his voice. Nana, hearing the news, he commanded the Asafo group, who dispatched to the site to rescue Ananse and bring him back to face the wrath of his wrongdoing and to pay in front of the community. With war songs, the men chanted, went to rescue Ananse and brought him to the chief's palace. He was apprehended and taken to the chief's palace, where he was interviewed on why his sudden change in behavior.
When you were baby, your mama told you not to play with fire.
After listening to Ananse, it was announced on the community radio for the whole town to assemble at the chief's palace. At the meeting, Ananse was compelled to narrate why his unusual behavior that very day. It was then Ananse informed the whole township that he had gone to the forest for some herbs, and after a long search, he became tired, so he decided to get back home. Ananse said, "I was surrounded by a group of dwarfs holding flames of spear and shield. The story narration went on till one of the elders asked him in a tender voice to inform the chief and the community not to set foot in the forest for a year, since the spirit of the forest had
Don't play with the fire. Don't play with the fire. So your mama tell you, fire.
The spirits demand that when the year ends, certain rituals must be performed before anyone sets foot at the forest reserve. The chief and the elders, in view of this, decreed that nobody should go to the forest reserve for a year. The blind sign of the township, unknown to them, Ananse had planned to mine gold in the forest reserve. And since it is forbidden to do any form of excavation in the forest, he used this strategy to scare everybody from going into the forest reserve so that he and his family can secretly mine without interferences. One day, whilst working in the forest, the land caved in and Ananse was trapped under a heavy rock. Try as the family did, they couldn't pull Ananse out. Not having any choice, Ananse's family went to the chief's palace to report the matter to Nana and his elders. Brought him to the chief's palace where he was taken to the police station and proceeded. After all the smart and intelligent schemes of Ananse, he was sentenced for 20 years imprisonment.